It's Wednesday in July in Seattle, Washington, in Capitol Hill, in the state of Washington, on the West Coast, on the part of the country where they say the Pacific Northwest. My camera's a little crooked, and I'm reading about wave propulsion. And how time represents the flow of energy. And I hear a woman's voice. I hear a man interacting with her now. I hear people hammering. I hear pauses and silence and crows making noise, cars driving by fast, and a protest earlier this morning now. There's light coming in from my window now. And there's these requirements in place now. Not only here in Seattle on Capitol Hill, in Capitol Hill, and within the state of Washington, but on Earth. Wave propulsion makes sense to leave the planet, causing their own distress. I live in a place, in a country declared free, with a flag with stripes and stars, red, white, and blue. And this place where I live has these homes for people who need services, who need the love and affection of the men and the women who serve their purpose now. I'm talking about living on the land of Earth on a planet floating in outer space where attention and awareness are controlled with the power of gender and biopsychology. Fat women, skinny, short men with high voices, and tall, thick, and wide thighs. Working together as a team. For all those humans who aren't worthy and privileged and willing to sacrifice their honor and their dignity. To sell drugs, to pimp out some hoes, to cheat on some entrance exam, or to buy Adderall from someone who's willing to sell their stash to make that test cash, money. I live in a world of test scores, entrance requirements, paperwork, application material, references, resumes, appearance, tone of voice, sound of language, dialect and ethnicity of the letters. And the facially recognized gesture involved in the communication in this society, in this city, in this great and powerful now. I study Planck's constant. I start studying quantum waves, acceleration. And I have to sit in my chair and feel like a dirty worm in the soil, searching for food. Because I speak about what I see with the woman who's my counselor and the landlord who's the manager. And the business and the organization a part of this bigger problem. Locking up, giving some stuff to now. And the insistence, the person reading the quantum wave mechanics book who's saying this now on this video are insane, crazy, and need help now. The task gets accomplished not only with this reference decided, but this engineering in this process of social adherence and standards. This psychology and this psychiatry and this system of medicine involved to plan the future and make the new start to the great beginning where nobody says those dirty words that man said who was president previously. No one looks white because they'll eventually have to wear glasses to color the image and make everyone a nice, pretty tint, matching the rainbow flag, saluted by the soldier who walks and patrols and enforces the tribal law and the rules of those in charge now. Human achievement, in other words, has been declared inadequate. Dreams, aspirations, motivations, goals have been defeated. And what's remaining in my home are the remnants. And what remains from this blasphemy. And the brightest part of this whole scenario, this whole part of planet Earth now, in Seattle, Washington, in the United States of America, the country where the part of North America by the Pacific Ocean is now, has to do with the emotions, the tenderness, the sweet lady, the girl, the woman, the female body requires. And what they say to their friend, the man who's their associate, their comrade, their fellow counselor, who's the supervisor, are to make a set of requirements to make everybody feel okay, happy, and cheerful. No matter what they have to take to make the idea possible now. People aren't. They aren't talking anymore about what they can't wait to do the next day. People are getting so drunk. People are forming such powerful social bonds to meet their demands. They've lost track of what makes having gravity so awesome. Having trees abundant, so pretty and beautiful and spectacular. All to meet the biological, physical, and mental capacity decided by a choice made from an option in front of a person who's a doctor, a professional, a teacher, a professor, an instructor, a supreme leader and a dictator, a manager, an elder, mental health has nothing to do with getting well and being a part of Earth and the world, civilization. Mental health, psychology, psychiatry, and unfortunately a little bit of neuropsychology and neurology, and these philosophers and the ideological lecturer, they care more about making some money to feed their stomach. They care more about that cup of tea instead of that coffee to adjust their speed to achieve their data. They get their information from the public. They tell, they serve. They get their funding, they get their grants, they build their structures, and they pay their architects to enhance the conditions for their wisdom. They get no benefit from a person achieving success and living a fulfilled life. They lose money. And they lose a part of the synchronicity they've created now. They have a disruption in their mathematics and would be unfair for those who need the benefit provided from the client and the patient who fit so well into their domination now.